Good morning, hockey fans. Welcome to another episode of the Five Hole. My name is Brandon. I got Aaron with me today. We're here to talk about some NHL action that's been going on over the last week, and it's been a week. Let me tell you, since the last time we had a show last Saturday, which if you haven't checked that out, go check that out now over at our YouTube channel. Do all the fun stuff that you always do as well. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Aaron, how you doing?
Doing okay. I'm pretty pumped about what happened to my team last night,
Yeah.
and pretty pumped at what the Flames did too. I think that was pretty good for both teams.
I'm not. I can't say the same. We got flabbergasted by the Colorado Avalanche last night. It was 4-0 after the first period. No thanks. No thanks. Just gonna sit this one out tonight. not gonna do that. Well, what a week it's been. You get the Mark Stone incident. You get the Four Nations captains, assistant captains, the Utah Hockey Club, and their whole name shabongle thing that's been going on. Tons of stuff. What else? What else was something else I was going to? Oh, the new salary caps and how much it increases. We'll talk about all that here on today's show. But we're going to start with the Mark Stone incident the other night between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Dallas Stars. Aaron, quick thoughts on it before I play the clip here.
Suspended indefinitely. Everyone gets the Matt Rempe treatment because apparently he's the only guy that can't do stuff. So yes, 8 games, intentional, or maybe he just wanted to have ranted and know what it feels like to be on the LTIR. He's like, you know what? I've had a few years. I'm gonna, spread my wealth to other players.
Yeah. So I'll play 2 clips here. I'll play one of the original film from or the original clip from the game, and then there's a closer one that you can see Mark Stone get tripped on. What happens after that? It's iffy. Go here. Well, bam. All right, here we go.
Vegas had a 9-point lead.
Oh, boy. Edmonton. Oh, boy.
And here we go. Hintz goes right after him.
Yeah, Heiskanen down. Heiskanen grabbed right at his knee immediately.
So we'll stop that one right there. Initially, it doesn't.
That's a chop block.
Oh, it's a chop block. Yeah, so it's a high low. It's a high low.
It's a little high low.
Yeah. I don't know. When I first initially saw it, I was like, like that's bad. And then I found this other one, this other clip, that shows a little bit closer, of kind of what happened. It's not great, but you can still see what's going on. In this one, I had mixed feelings about it when I first saw it. I was like, how do you just? But I don't understand how you just dive into somebody, like fall into somebody's legs like that after being tripped and whatnot. And then I saw this clip. So you can clearly see that there was a trip right there. His skate got turned, and he falls right into Heiskanen's knee. I mean,
inside job.
Yeah, you think so? Is this a way for the Vegas Golden Knights to get Mark Stone on the long-term IR?
It could be. I wouldn't be surprised. In all honesty, I mean, you did say the salary cap's going up, so they're just trying to make it look good. So when next year happens, but I mean. Kudos, though, to Wyatt Johnson. He stepped up. He said, hold my beer. I'm going to put this team on my back. Got a natural Hattie. Beat the Golden Knights. So, I mean, it stinks for Heiskanen. He's a very good player for him. But,
yeah. Luckily, he's just day-to-day for a little while. I mean, he's not going to play in the Four Nations tournament as well now since with this injury here. I don't know. I thought after seeing that clip, I was like, okay, like he did get tripped. His skate got turned, and it looked like it picked a little bit, which would have caused him to lose his balance. And with one skate's going the other way, his right leg's going a different way. He's gonna fall, and it just happened to be into the leg of the Dallas Star player. I mean. I think it's just one of those freak things. I mean, he came out and said that wasn't intentional. He didn't mean to do that, and whatnot. And then the NHL is not going to have any repercussions for Mark Stone either. Obviously, you think he should get 8 games because if
Well,
he
no,
says
I say because every time Matt Rempe does something, everyone's, "Oh my God, get him out of the league!" And then you see everybody else do stuff like that, and it's like, it's okay.
no, that's because he sees numbers in front of him against the glass and just goes whack.
He's like the triplets in Slapshot. He's just all three combined. That's all.
Yeah.
But
No,
I mean, speaking of Golden Knights, though, how do you feel? I'm not in St. Louis, so you are boots on the ground.
Yeah.
Brandsad terminated and signs a 1-year, 1.5 with the Golden Knights. How do you feel about that?
It was bound to happen.
That much friction?
I don't know if it was friction or Brandon Saad doesn't fit into the Blues of what they're trying to do right now is with the whole retool rebuild thing. I know he scored 25 goals last year, or 26 goals, which is fantastic, but you're looking at an older guy who's I mean, he always got a lot of veteran like experience and whatnot in the playoffs and everything. But I don't know, it's just one of those things that there's so much that the Blues have behind him. And I think they're bound for a trade. I think something's going to happen because they also dealt off Buchnevich, not Buchnevich. Gosh dang it, what was his name? Scotty Perunovich to the New York Islanders this week too, for like a 5th round pick. So I think Doug Armstrong has something up his sleeve. We just don't know what it is yet. We'll probably find out closer to the trade deadline here in a few weeks. So we'll see. I think that's just part of what's going on with the Blues right now is that they're just trying to find their identity. They haven't been playing well lately. Not really well at all. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. But I wasn't surprised. There's been trade talks for him from, since the offseason. So it doesn't doesn't surprise me that they did that. So
I mean, that's just a good
third
line for him. Yeah, I thought it was a good third line left wing for you guys. It's gonna be a pretty good left wing for the Knights. He doesn't have to do too much. But I didn't realize he only has 16 points this year.
Yeah, he hasn't really played a whole bunch. Either. Uh-oh. What happened?
Interesting.
There we go. My whole screen, like everything just went dark. That was weird.
30.
Never done that before. Alrighty. Alex Ovechkin picked up 1 goal last night before. He's 19 away now from breaking Wayne Gretzky's all-time goal record. I imagine he's going to get it. I know we talked about it last week, but I imagine he's going to get it.
I think if he gets it, he should just retire.
Yeah.
He's already accomplished enough. He can finally just relax.
Make a run for the Stanley Cup.
I mean, they got the team for it. It's possible.
Yeah.
But then again, the playoffs, the NHL is the most hardest playoffs to accomplish the championship. So anything can happen.
That is true.
Plus I think Florida. Yeah, because I think Florida is just sleeping right now. I think they're just there. They're just waiting for the playoffs, and they're just going to unleash their fury.
That's what they do. We'll take a quick look at the standings here. Just a minute, as soon as they get loaded up and pulled up.
I will say the wild card is getting tight in the East.
In the East?
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting real tight.
Look at the Eastern Conference right now in the Atlantic Division. The Florida Panthers have jumped the Toronto Maple Leafs to take the lead in the Atlantic, 63 points at 30-19-3. Toronto falling off. I don't want to say they're falling off a little bit. They're 4-6-0 in their last 10, 3 straight losses. They're now sitting second place in the Atlantic. And the Ottawa Senators, 27-20-4, 58 points, 7-2-1 in their last game, or last 10, 3 straight wins. Now see themselves 5 points out of first place in the Atlantic Division.
Not great, Bob. Not great.
No? No.
No. The question I have for that then is do you stick with Forsberg the rest of the way? I think Olmark is still hurt, and Forsberg's not a bad goalie. But if Olmark comes back, I know you paid him, but do you keep Forsberg as your starter? Because obviously we're looking at it right here, third in the Atlantic.
Yeah.
And Boston, something's going on in Boston. So I think if the Senators are smart, they need to capitalize on it. Keep Forsberg, ride that train as far as you can.
I mean, yeah, that would make sense. You got to go with the hot glove at this point. I mean, you were looking at what roughly 30 games left for each team, give or take, here and there. I mean, they're sitting in a good spot. I mean, you look at just the division in total. I'm going to move it over to this one, see who's right there. I mean, Tampa Bay's right there. Boston's right there. Detroit's still right there in the race too. So is Montreal. I mean, that whole division is outside of Buffalo. Outside of Buffalo, they're all still in this division. I mean, they're not. 10 points. It's still a division race. They're still in a division race technically. Will that happen? Probably not. But this whole stretch right here between Ottawa and seventh place Montreal Canadiens, you got 5 points in between them, and they're all outside of Tampa Bay, who's sitting at 50 games. Boston is 53. Ottawa's 51. Detroit's 51. Montreal's 51. I mean, that's about as tight as you can get it.
And I think Montreal can jump Boston because look at that differential, -29. I mean, Montreal's -22. But the thing I like, and I hope they keep it that way, is to keep Martin St. Louis because this team now is just scoring.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying to build a defense. I get it. There's just a lot of young guys. But I think with Patrick Laine is that like veteran presence and is like scoring more for this team. I think they just need to keep riding that ride. Just keep scoring. I mean, if you give up goals, you give up goals. But Montembleu, if I said it right, probably not, is still pretty good in net. And he's a young kid. No, he's not that young, but I guess he's young enough. But I think Montreal can jump Boston because I'm telling you, man, Boston, they've been architecting this downfall for years. They don't know how to draft. There's nothing in their system. Nikita Zadorov is like taller than Matt Rempe, and he didn't even put an elbow on in the other night against Buffalo.
Right.
So it's like their defense is just a little rattled. You have McAvoy, but what has he really done this year? So I think Montreal can jump Boston. I don't know about Detroit. Detroit's the biggest wild card, even though they argue it with Todd McClellan, but we'll see.
6-3-1 in their last 10. They've won 4 straight games. I mean, they're right there too.
Theirs is just goalie, though.
Yeah,
I don't like their 3-headed monster in goalie.
What sticks out like with the difference between Detroit for me and the 3 teams that are right here with them? I mean, even Ottawa. Every other team is not so. I mean, none of the teams are great on the road. Ottawa's 12-13-2 on the road. Tampa Bay's 11-13-2, 9-14-3 for Boston, 10-10-3 for Detroit, and 11-12-1 for Montreal. I mean, you're just swapping wins and
so
losses.
Really Detroit's better
with everybody there. I mean, if you're going to pull the whole college football playoff style thing, Tampa Bay is going to get in over Toronto because of their goal differential, and Detroit's going to get in because they're just the best team out of the group right now. No, Ottawa would probably get in. Ottawa would get in. +2, they're 7-2-1 in their last 10. So yeah, give me Ottawa. Why not? Shake it up a little bit. In the Metro, Washington Capitals haven't changed. It's still the same across the board with that +54 goal differential. 7-1-2 in their last 10 games. 34-11-6. I mean, they're just a team that's not going to go away at this point. They're going to be good. They're going to be a tough team to play in the playoffs.
And to think last year they didn't even deserve to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, they snuck in the last day, right?
Yeah. I mean, maybe Carolina can take them. Like Carolina has a really good blue line, and I hope that they don't mess with that. I know after the Rantanen trade, they shouldn't have that much salary cap left, but hopefully with Rantanen kind of just like sets a fire under him, and I hope they can get an extension with him because if this is a Jay Gensel situation, I think Rantanen is better than Jay Gensel.
Yeah,
and they need to lock him up like hardcore, give him like a 7 or 8. I think Carolina can give him an 8-year deal. So maybe try to give him an 8-year deal if he wants it with a decent amount of AAV, but we'll see. I think Carolina can do it. It's just, can their cast around Rantanen do it?
Right.
Like the Ahos and such, and Seth Jarvis's.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it'll be an interesting battle. I mean, as long as Washington can keep winning and keep up with what Carolina's doing, they're both 7-1-2 in their last 10 games. The one difference here, though, for me, if I'm looking at the home and again, I don't mean they're good stats to bring up as the home and away, but Washington's 18-7-2 on the road.
Jesus,
18-7-2, where Carolina's 12-11-3. And that's a big difference there.
Just a wee bit. I mean, I would love for Columbus to jump New Jersey. They are just riding a good streak in general. Like they're beating up on teams that you wouldn't expect. Like I think the other night they won 2-1 over Vegas. And I mean, Vegas is a good team. I mean, I don't know.
In Vegas too.
Yeah, in Vegas. And I don't know. Columbus just has that spark right now. I don't know if they should make any trades or what they need to do, but I hope to take over that third because Jersey, they're battling some injuries, and I think they can pounce on them.
Yeah. Columbus won last night 3-2 in overtime in Utah.
Did they? Okay.
On 23 shots. 23 shots.
Yeah, they were down 2-1, I think, at one point when I saw it.
I'll try to find. We're gonna see what. I mean, they had a little tough trip. I mean, they played back-to-backs too, and they got a win in Vegas, 2-1 off of 24 shots, and then they win last night 3-2 over Utah, 3-2 on 23 shots. So yeah, they're playing good hockey right now.
That's insane. I mean, speaking about good hockey, look at those Islanders. Won 6 in a row, 8-2 in their last 10. They signed Tony DeAngelo.
Yeah.
Who is good on the power play. Let's not get twisted. He could be, something on, off the ice, but on the ice, he's a very good on the power play and penalty kill.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I mean, if you look at the wild card, I mean, Boston's sitting there 1 point out. They're probably going to keep falling. I mean, I'd imagine they're going to keep falling. It could be wrong. Boston's seems to be a very up and down team this year. They'll win. They'll win quite a bit, and then they'll lose. Several in a row too. But you got Detroit right there, who's won 4 straight. Like you said, the Islanders, who now won 6 straight. It's a battle. It is a battle. I mean, you saw the Rangers and Flyers technically in the race too.
And our boy, it was coming home. Well, I don't know about the Flyers because of that trade they made with Calgary. I think it made Calgary stronger. Yeah, and I think Philly knows that they're out. They're not even going to bother, so they're probably going to trade away what they can.
Which is crazy because they're 5 points out of a playoff spot right now.
Maybe they just think they don't have enough. I mean,
yeah.
Torts is a very demanding guy, and I think if he knows the white flag's there, he's just going to do it.
That's fair. I mean, at some point when you got to realize, like, hey, we're not going to jump all these teams. They're there. It's just not going to happen unless we get on a good roll. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10 with 2 straight losses. Yeah.
With a -27 differential.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and, yeah, like you said, wave the flag to surrender for the year.
I'm hoping JT Miller brings a spark on that second line for center because it's essentially Trocheck, him, and Zibanejad are 3-line centers. I mean, you have Sam Carrick on the 4th line, but hopefully that brings a spark.
Well, hopefully. You talk about the Rangers, and they're 24-22-4. They just traded with the Vancouver Canucks, I guess, late last night. That sent JT Miller, Eric Baenstrom, and Jackson Dorrington two defensemen with JT Miller, the center. Back to the Rangers for Philip. Is it Kreidel? Philip Kreidel?
Philip Hedel.
Keedle?
Hedel.
Okay.
Like you're saying he, like He, like he.
Hedel.
Like
so
Hedel.
the C is silent. Okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Victor, is it Mancini?
Mancini.
Gosh dang it, the C is silent again. Okay.
It's that nice Italian,
And a first round draft pick.
So funny story about the first round draft pick. It is now in Pittsburgh. Vancouver made another trade last night, which brings in another Pedersen on the Vancouver Canucks.
They have 3 now.
Yes.
two Ellis and then what's the guy? I forgot the other guy's name already.
I just saw it last night. It was really quick. I don't remember, but isn't that funny how much first round picks really like matter in the NHL? You just trade them away like a candy.
Yeah, it's like draft picks don't matter. I mean that's fair though, because you look at NHL drafts are a shot in the wind. The players either going to be really good or they're going to spend most of their career in the AHL.
And knowing the Rangers, we would have botched the first round pick. So.
Yeah. You'd have picked up somebody who's going to go in the 3rd round.
Elias Anderson.
Oh boy. We'll see what happens in the East. It's a toss up right now, and who's going to get the wild card. I'd say the division outside of maybe Ottawa, the top 3 in the Metro, I think are a for sure thing. Unless Columbus, the only one I could see is Columbus jumping New Jersey, but I don't know if you're Columbus, if you want that Carolina Hurricanes team.
Listen, they did it before in 2019.
Yeah, Tampa Bay. Yeah,
that's Tampa Bay, so it could happen.
Yeah, swept them. So see you later.
Yeah, they gave us Artemi Panarin.
Yeah. Out west, the Central Division, and I sent that thing, and I'll get your thoughts on that too here in a little bit. The freaking Winnipeg Jets, 8-2-0 in their last 10, 5 straight wins, 63 plus goal differential. They're 8 points up on the Dallas Stars now. They should win the Central Division this year.
Unless Dallas makes like these biggest blockbuster trade, I'm pretty sure it's Winnipeg's to have.
Yeah. I don't know how they lose this division at this point. They are a very, very Milwaukee Brewers style team, so it wouldn't surprise me either if they end up losing the division lead. But you got a nice little battle here between the Dallas Stars and the Minnesota Wild for that 2 spot right now. 67 points for the Dallas Stars, 66 points for the Minnesota Wild. Both of them playing decently solid hockey right now. 4 straight for Dallas, 3 straight for Minnesota. Central Division's always it's tough. Central Division's tough.
And we talked about it last week. I mean, Minnesota's better away than at home.
Yeah,
so
which is crazy.
Play more road games.
Yeah, which is insane to me that that's the case. Like,
now is Shafley back for Winnipeg? I know I've been a little bit out of the loop in the West, so I know he was hurt for a little bit, and they were actually playing better without him at one point. So I'm assuming he's either not back or maybe he is back. But
I'll look on because I don't know that.
But I will say though, with Colorado, they're only 4 points back on Minnesota. They could make that 3rd with Minnesota, because I know oh man, I'm gonna botch his name, so I'm gonna look at it real quick before I say it. But I thought Kaprizov, is he hurt? Yeah, he's on the IR.
Yeah.
So that's a big hit for the Wild, which I thought I heard it on the Briley Hockey podcast. Shout out to them, they're pretty good. That Brandon Saad should have signed with them. That would have been a good 3rd line for him, because now it's like, who's they're going to be that player to step up to Kaprizov? I think he's going to be out for like a few weeks. So I think Colorado could take that 3rd spot and kind of just jump on him.
It looks like Sheffy's still out. He's missed the Jets' previous 6 games. Has dealt with a lower body injury, but will return to Winnipeg's lineup on Tuesday versus Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they were like playing better without him.
Yeah.
I saw one. I was like, what? Like he's one of your best players, and you're playing better without him.
Yeah. No, but he's should sounds like he's gonna make his return this coming week, which is a big, be I guess a good addition for Winnipeg as they continue to just roll the Central Division right now. In Pacific, we got a little tie, first place, 10-point difference between the Kings and the Golden Knights at 68 points. Edmonton's right there at 68 as well. Sitting first place now out west in the Pacific. Any surprise with the Edmonton Oilers?
Me and you can coach that team as long as McDavid and Drysdale's
That's
not
fair.
hurt.
That's fair. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, you're not wrong necessarily.
How about them LA Kings though? Lost in 4 straight.
They're still there. Still there.
2-7-1.
2-7-1.
Man.
2-7-1. I still got my hopes. I had my hopes on the Kings Rangers Stanley Cup final at the beginning of the season, but I don't think that's going to happen now.
Yeah, I don't even think the Rangers are going to make the playoffs. If they are, they're going to squeak right in.
That's still, I mean, that still blows my mind too, that they're going to go from the Eastern Conference Finals to missing the playoffs.
Crazy, right? Crazy what happens when your players don't want to play.
Right. In the wild card out west, you have the Avalanche and the Flames. 62 points for the Avalanche, 57 for the Flames. Vancouver's sitting right there as well. And there's a little gap, 5-point gap between Utah and Vancouver. I think I don't want to count them out, but I think everybody from Utah down might be out for the playoffs. I mean, there's still a chance, but these are 2 really good teams up here in Colorado and in Calgary. So I think, and Vancouver.
Are they though? I think Vancouver's just slipping this year, and I don't think Rick Tocchet knows how to manage this kind of like avalanche that's going on. No pun intended. The avalanche coming down on the team because listen, they trade JT Miller obviously because they want Pettersson. Pettersson is like a Mika Zibanejad, where if he gets rattled in his mind, he just plays like dog water.
Yeah.
So it's just like I think it's Calgary's to lose in the second wild card. I will say for the Kraken, I don't know if you've been seeing it. Chandler Stevenson has been kind of a disappointment right now.
Yeah.
Well, I think only like 7 goals. Oh, really? You think so?
Yeah. And they're 23-27. I thought they were going to be more competitive in the not so great Pacific division. But currently, I mean, they're not last. I mean, they're not last, but they're second to last. I mean, Anaheim's 1 point behind them right now.
Yeah, and Anaheim's been having some interesting. Well, they lost the other night, but they have interesting wins.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think there's anybody below you. I don't think anybody below Vancouver. I mean, Utah's 3-5-2 in their last 10. St. Louis 4-6, Seattle 5-5, Anaheim 4-5-1, Nashville's 5-5, and then you have the 2 just.
I still think San Jose is better than Chicago, but the kids are better than what they have in Chicago. That's just me.
San Jose just doesn't have. I mean, they have what's his name now from Colorado? What's his
Georgiev?
Yeah.
But also, yeah, I mean, also too, they have Askarov in that, and he is just a rookie, so at least he's getting everything in now. Maybe that'll help him out for next year. But I mean, still, the Celebrini, Will Smith. I mean, Tyler Foley is a very good veteran.
Yeah.
Their blue line's okay. It's a little shaky at times, but I still think they have good pieces than Chicago does, and I think Connor Bedard knows that.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it. Look at 2 teams there in Chicago and San Jose, who, I mean, the last 4 years, who've just not been up to par on where they could be.
Yeah, no. I mean, in Nashville, you talk about the Rangers, the Eastern Conference Finals. Nashville had that impressive season last year, turned it around, and then they get all these guys, and then it's just like flatline. Look, I mean, they're 6, 16, and 4 on the road.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, I know. I saw trade rumors with them too of sending Stamkos to New York and
I don't want him.
it's like I don't want.
He's
Stamkos.
good. I'm good. Like I wanted Marchessault, if anything. I didn't want Steven Stamkos, but I'll go a hot take. I think Utah can take the second wild card.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know.
I know Coyotes are gonna coyote, but I think they can do it.
8-11-6 at home.
That's all right.
It's no better than 9-10-6 at home, though.
I think Clayton
not.
Keller's out for a bit or something. I think one of the young guys is out for a bit. So I think they'll be all right when they come back. But I'm also gonna go for, unfortunately, because there's really nothing out there. Maybe the Utah Mammoth.
Oh yeah, we can talk about the name thing here in a minute.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. Logan Cooley is out.
Logan Cooley, that's right. It was Logan Cooley. Yeah, I think when he comes, if he comes back, I'm not sure if he is.
Just says he's out. That's all.
Oh, okay.
1 day ago. Not too much outside of that.
That's a good young guy. I'll still stand with what I say with my hot take.
Yeah. They have lost. This isn't their last. Oh, outside of. I mean, they haven't been playing. I mean, they lost 5-2 to Winnipeg on the 24th. Lost 3-1 to Ottawa, and then 3-2 to Pittsburgh, and then just lost 3-2 to Columbus. So 4 straight. Yeah, 2 overtime losses. 4 straight losses, basically, for the Utah Hockey Club. So I don't know. We'll see what happens out west. And then there's still a good amount of hockey left. 30-something games. So we'll see what happens. I mean, you never know.
It's very wild.
That's the point of the wild card. That's the point of the wild card. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Don't count anybody out. Don't count the Los Angeles Kings falling out of that spot too. I mean, they're only 2 points out of, sitting outside of the playoffs right now. So we'll see. Pull this down here. Let's talk about the Utah Hockey Club really quick. So last week, the Utah Hockey Club came out with 3 names. They were like, "Oh, hey," or no, it wasn't that. They wanted to use Yeti. Start from the very beginning. Utah Yeti was one of the team names that they were going to use, or like put in their like fan poll or whatever for the next name of the Utah Hockey Club. That got denied. They said that there's trademark issues. What was holding that up was Yeti Coolers. Yeti Coolers was like, nah, we don't want to work on a coexistence of the Yeti name. Like, okay, you guys are coolers. You're tumblers. Come on.
For real.
Be better than that. Let Utah have the Yeti. You'll be fine. Do a sponsorship with them. Do something. Be like, hey, Utah Yeti is sponsored by Yeti Coolers.
Yeah, exactly. Like that would have worked, but
Yetis are as cold as ice as they are in our coolers.
Bam! Look at that.
Yeah. You heard me. So they decided not to use the Utah Yeti as one of the team names, and instead they went with the Utah Hockey Club, which I think they should just keep at this point. The Utah Wasatch, which isn't even existent. It's not in a thing anymore.
Oh, I was gonna say, because isn't it like a mountain range? That's why they wanted it.
It's supposed to. So the Wasatch is a legendary mythical creature that was supposedly found in the Wasatch Mountain Range in Utah. So it's like, so basically a Yeti. Basically,
okay. I thought it was like a mountain range. That sounds like it. Okay.
That did not go over well with Utah Hockey Club fans, and they ditched that name already and brought in the Utah Outlaws, and then the other one's the Utah Mammoths. Yeah. So you have the Utah Hockey Club, Utah Mammoths, and Utah Outlaws now, is the 3 finalists for the next official team name of the Utah Hockey Club. I saw yesterday somebody made a comment. I think it was on. Was it on? I think it was on Instagram, and they're like, like what should happen is that they should use the Utah Mammoth. And I was like, okay, like that's fair. Use the Utah Mammoth. And they were like, and once Salt Lake City gets a baseball team, call them the Outlaws. It's like, dang, that's actually a good idea. That is a good idea. I mean, Mammoths fit ice. They fit hockey better than Outlaws.
That's true.
They do.
Or maybe the Utah Mormons with a little Friar Tuck action as the symbol.
I don't think that's going to happen. I saw made a short the other night, and I got a whole bunch of a few names too, and they're like, "Oh, the Utah Soak." It's like, oh God,
Soak.
God, that's
or the Utah Brigham Youngs.
Yeah, well, that's a BYU. You can't do that. Come on now. It'd be funny though. Out of those 3 teams, I really hope they just keep Utah Hockey Club at this point. I mean, the Mammoth would be cool just because it sounds really cool. And it's a mammoth. It's a giant, historical creature that roamed the earth long, long before any of us were here. That'd be a cool name. I wouldn't be opposed to
advertising with that.
Yeah, you could. I think you could. I like the Mammoth though. I mean, you have anything in particular when it comes to out of the 3, if you had to vote, which you can't vote, you go to UtahHockeyClub.com, you're able to vote for that as well. I think anybody can.
I'm just surprised they just didn't keep like Coyotes. I wonder if that's just because of like a legal thing.
It's because the Arizona Coyotes still have all the name rights and trademarks and stuff. Like they could still come back as a team, which is the plan. Is the plan, from what I've heard, is that they're trying to get the Coyotes back in Arizona as another team.
They're terrible with their marketing over there. They don't make enough. Yeah, they want to come back. Okay. I'd rather just have another team like Texas.
It was all stadium issues. That's all it was.
That and that owner couldn't cash his checks.
Yeah, I mean, Arizona, the NHL is going to expand at some point, and they're going to have to bring in 3 teams within a few years to even things out. They'll keep Utah. They'll move them to the Pacific, get them out of the Central Division, put a team. If Arizona doesn't get a team back, they're going to put a team in Houston, put them in the Central Division.
So speaking of that, though, is that the reason why the salary cap is jumping up? Or do you think Gary Bettman's like, we need to improve a little bit, get more people going?
Well, there'd been the talk that was going to happen, like the salary jump was going to happen anyways at some point. So I don't know. I mean,
I like it though. I need that. I feel like hockey's like the lowest when it comes to salary cap.
Yeah. So. I mean, this is what this is what it came out the other day from Frank Saravelli. He's talking about interesting part of today's NHLPA memo to teams that it isn't merely a projection of salary increase, but an agreement between between the 2 parties. 2025-26, the upper limit's going to go to 90. Supposedly, it's not necessary. This might not happen yet. There's a lot that's going to go into it still. 2025-26, the upper limit's going to go to 95.5 million. The lower limit's going to go to 70.6. So that means I'm pretty sure that's like a salary floor. Like teams have to spend that much money, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought. 2026-27. Now, there is I think he said in here, where did it talk about? Just also, not for nothing, but worth noting, this agreement is subject to an extension of the CBA after the 25-26 season. So they still have to come to an agreement on a new contract, basically, between the Players Association and the NHL. Anyways, 26-27, it jumps all the way up almost $9 million to $104 million for the upper, and then 74 or 76.9 for the lower part of the salary floor. And then 27-28, it jumps up to 113. So another 9 million, 9.5 million, 8.5 million to $113.5 million is the upper chunk of the salary cap. And the lower chunk of the salary cap's $83.9 million.
We gotta pay these guys, man. This is like the most aggressive and hard sport, and you're just duping them on money. Like NBA does more than this, and they don't do anything.
No. I mean it's a good thing. The NHL needs this. They've been talking about doing a salary bump. They need to do a salary bump. And I think it could be because we're going to see an expansion soon.
Yeah, that's the only I could think of when I saw the salary cap. What was it yesterday when they posted it? I was like, ooh. I said, let's get some money rolling. And then I'm like, what we were just talking about. There's got to be like 2 more teams, or maybe even 3. They're going to try to expand, but that's good though. They're doing a lot, which was why I hoped it would happen soon. Like they're doing international games. They're like marketing more. I mean, I wish ESPN Plus did a little bit better with these blackouts for certain teams.
I agree.
It is what it is, but at least they're doing a lot of hockey on ESPN, so that's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
But
hockey
needs this.
What should it is they need to have and I know they have like their hockey night in America and whatnot, and like it's every Wednesday night. It's like Wednesday night hockey or something like that. Which why you do a hockey night thing on a Wednesday night, middle of the week, doesn't make any sense to me. Do it on a Saturday, make it an all day thing. Schedule 4 games, start at 12:30 in the East, and then finish it out West. Just bounce, just straight, boom, 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 boom. 4 straight games, which I think they do sometimes, but you don't see it too often.
Nah,
anymore. No, I think what's crazy about it is, in 3 years in the 27-28 season is that the salary floor is going to be where the salary cap is right now. I thought when I saw that and I've read that, I was like, dang. I was like, yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's a big jump to go from 83 million as your salary cap to 113.5 million as your salary cap. That's what $30 million, $40 million difference.
Well, yeah,
something like that. That's a big jump, and for a lot of teams, they're gonna struggle. They're gonna struggle to make that type of revenue. Also, to be able to pay those teams, because a lot of NHL teams are small market cities. You look at
Winnipeg,
Ottawa.
I guess Vancouver.
Vancouver, Seattle. Anaheim, San Jose.
I mean, the NBA has teams like that too. They still do all right.
Look where they are when it comes to the standings every year. The Charlottes, Memphis. I mean, Memphis is decent. Washington. They're always towards the bottom.
Guess that's true.
So good. I mean, could we see a flip? I mean, you look at a team like the Chicago Blackhawks, who could, throw money at anybody who they want now, or eventually at some point within the next couple of years.
The NHL will probably step in and try to do that just because they want to market Connor Bedard, because they haven't really had a face of the NHL like that, and Connor McDavid doesn't really want to do it, which I don't blame him. Even though he is the star, but because he plays in Edmonton, you're not going to watch a game till 10 o'clock my time, which is 9 o'clock yours.
Yeah, which I'm not going to do anyways. I don't do that with with my team now.
Yeah,
like I like my bedtime's 9:30. Like nah, like they're in Edmonton. I'll see the score in the morning. It's fine.
I try to watch some of those 10 o'clocks if I'm at work. So I'm at work till 12. So
yeah,
I try to.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a good thing for the NHL that they're finally doing something about the salary cap issue, and it's not going up just 2 or 3 million. It's a significant jump every season that's needed to happen for quite some time now.
Hopefully, it'll make those bottom teams kind of rise up. Maybe with more salary cap for them, they could just lure more players over.
Yeah, I mean, luckily, unlike baseball, you have a salary floor, so teams have to spend.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to spend the $83 million, which means that also players who, I mean, we're gonna see contracts that are just going to make us go, what? because they have to hit that salary floor.
Yeah. So maybe this could help.
Yeah, maybe it might not, and it might not change a single thing at the same time. Be like, it's still going to be the same teams that are competitive each year. But maybe the Blues will finally do something with the salary during the offseason. Doubt it. Just bring Ryan O'Reilly back to St. Make a trade with Nashville, whatever they want. Just bring Ryan O'Reilly back to St. Louis. We don't really want that either, to be honest. It's like you say with Stamkos, like, we don't really want Stamkos. Like, we don't really need Ryan O'Reilly. Like, if we're gonna do this, let's just bring the young guys in. Bring Jimmy Snuggerud in. Like, let's just get this over with. Quit.
Oh man, you guys,
heartstrings.
He is gonna be nice.
So excited about that.
He is gonna be nice. I know you. I think you liked what I put with Ryan Leonard because he's going to Washington. I'm like, oh my god, can we trade for him?
Yeah,
sweet.
We'll see. I think the Blues' future is solid. I don't want to change subjects there, but yeah, it'll be fun to watch. It'll be fun to watch with him and Robert Thomas, Jordan Kyrou, Dvorsky. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. What else do I got here? What am I forgetting?
Four Nations.
Oh yeah, 4 Nation captains. Outside of that, I was just trying to think of what else. I think that's it. This is the last thing. Last thing I got for us. I'm not even talk about the quarter century teams. We can talk about I still can't believe they did that. But anyways, I didn't realize Finland has 3 assistant captains.
Yeah, that's why I was a little surprised. Everyone else has 2, but whatever.
4 Nation captains for the 4 Nations face off between the United States, Canada, Sweden, and Finland. That's supposed to start up on the 12th of February. For Finland, captain-wise, you have Alexander Barkov of the Florida Panthers. I don't know why I questioned myself on that one because that's you have assistant captain Sebastian Aho of the Hurricanes, Mikael Grönlund, which he's in Minnesota.
Right?
I think so. And Mikko Rantanen, former Colorado Avalanche, now Carolina Hurricanes. You got 2 Carolina Hurricanes as assistant captains for Finland. This is pretty good. I mean,
not a bad
seems
squad.
Like a pretty good squad.
Barkov's just a nasty mother sucker in general, and then you got Rantanen as an assistant, so that's pretty good. I don't mind it at all. Pretty good group
of captains right there for Finland. They'll be an interesting team to watch play. They seem like they got a good mix of guys to give it a shot at winning this thing. Especially with all the players for Canada and United States falling out with injuries and whatnot.
That's smart for the teams, more or less than like the 4 Nations. Like with Pietrangelo, I feel like Vegas was like, "Hey, listen, take that break.
Right?
Don't be a hero." Because I mean, 4 Nations isn't the Olympics.
No.
So maybe they probably promised them that. Like, hey, if you don't play in the 4 Nations, you could play in the Olympics. Because these guys would rather play in the Olympics than
they would rather have a gold medal than a 4 Nations thing.
Yeah, exactly. So.
What I do wish is they would have just done the World Cup of Hockey thing they did a couple of years ago.
Oh,
They would have done that. That would have been. I mean, the 4 teams, like the 4 outside of Russia, the 4 prominent teams you see in the NHL. I get it, but
I wish Russia was in this. They would be so nasty. I think they would have won it.
Yeah, they would have been a really good team too.
Just goaltending alone.
Yeah. Look at Sweden. Victor Hedman is the captain of the Swedish team, and then you have Matthias Ekholm, Erik Karlsson, and William Nylander. I was a little surprised. I mean, this is another team that has 3 assistant captains compared to the United States team and the Canadian team. Are you surprised to see William Nylander on there? I kind of was. It kind of caught my I wasn't expecting that.
A little bit. I mean, I was kind of wondering if they didn't have him, who they would have put. Like maybe Zibanejad, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I was a little surprised that Eric Carlson's an assistant captain more than anything.
Yeah.
But
that'll be I mean, all 4 teams are going to be they're stacked. I mean, they're pretty loaded.
Yeah, Sweden's always competitive in these things.
Yeah.
No matter what, even in like world, well, maybe not world. I guess world juniors, but they just don't get too far in the world juniors. But no, they're always sneaky.
USA. Yeah.
Playing free bird.
The U.S. team is pretty good at the world juniors.
Oh yeah, they are just straight dominating. Like the Ryan Leonard and Gabe Perreault were just absolutely like insane. Yeah. And Ryan Leonard, like that's why I wanted Ryan Leonard, because he is a man. Like he is checking people into the boards, like scoring goals. Like he was just nasty this year.
Good. Yeah. Let me scroll all the way over here to
the U.S. has Austin Matthews as captain, and then they got Charlie McAvoy and Matt Tkachuk.
Fine with Matt Tkachuk, fine with Austin Matthews. Understandable why you go with those two guys. They're two faces of the NHL right now. Makes a lot of sense. Charlie McAvoy.
Hi. Yeah. Charlie McAvoy's just like, hi.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure his leadership is probably outstanding, which is why he's there in that position. But that one just threw me. That one did throw me off a little bit.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Who would you have wanted to though for the U.S.?
I don't know. I don't know who else. I'd have to look at who else is on the roster.
Trying to find it
because I don't know everybody who's on the roster off the top of my head.
Chris Kreider.
Yeah, why not?
Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Trying to find it.
Team Canada, Team Finland, Team Sweden.
Here we go.
Let's see. Oh, Jack Eichel. 100% would have had Jack.
Oh
Eichel.
yeah, I would have did that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Or Kyle Connor.
Yeah.
I don't know. They don't have that because he is the one defenseman, which is probably why they did it. Because you have two forward defensemen.
Shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter
if you're a leader or not.
I don't know. I think out of all the defensemen, you got Brock Faber, Adam Fox, who probably could have been okay there. Noah Hannafin probably. Nah, never mind. Quinn Hughes. I think Quinn Hughes would have been a solid assistant captain.
Oh yeah, he would have been solid. He's that would have been pretty good.
Which I think he's still is he hurt? Is he playing?
Quinn Hughes
is not hurt, right?
No, he's good. He should be good.
Is he the one that Corey Perry slammed the other night though?
Was it Quinn Hughes? No, I thought Quinn Hughes scored a goal the other night.
I don't know. He might have, but I thought he got picked up and like slammed to the ground by Corey Perry. Corey Perry got mad.
Yeah, he could have then.
Yeah. And you have Charlie McAvoy, Jacob Slavin, and then Zach Werenski, who would have been another good choice. I mean, I don't blame him for going with McAvoy at the same time, but come on now. The Team USA team is pretty solid though, especially the goalies. You got Hellebuck, Ottinger, and Swayman.
They might have probably one of the best goalies for the four nations. I think Canada's is the worst.
I forgive me. I didn't know Connor Hellebuck was an American.
Wow.
I thought he was Canadian.
Wow.
I'm just saying I thought he was Canadian.
Probably has dual citizenship because he's plays for Winnipeg.
Well, he lives in Winnipeg. So I thought he was Canadian. I'm not gonna lie.
All right. Speaking of Canadian, I wish the captain was different, but I'm probably in the minority.
Whoa,
just a send off.
Whoa, hold on. You said the Canadian team has the worst goaltenders?
I think so. That's a hot take.
Jordan, the stud Bennington.
Yeah, I'm taking Connor Hellebuck. Go on. I know there's two more. Yeah, definitely taking. He's having a bad year. I'm taking Swayman.
And Sam, I've never heard of this guy. Is it
Montembeau, yeah,
Montembeau?
Canadians. He's this. That's what I was talking about
That's the guy
earlier
you're
today.
talking about?
I will definitely take Ottinger, or should I say R, over him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Come on.
That's
Even though
fair.
Eden Hill won a Stanley Cup.
Okay.
Shout out though to Thompson, who signed that 6-year deal though.
I did see that.
That was cool. That was a great story.
You think Team Finland has better goaltenders than Team Canada?
What was theirs again?
They have Lankinen from the Canucks, Luukkonen from Buffalo, and Saros from Nashville.
It's not bad.
I don't think it's better than Team Canada.
Oh boy. Are you just saying this because Bennington's on it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why. I was gonna say there's no other reason. I'll take Saros over Bennington.
Sweden is. I mean, you have Gustafsson, and Ullmark.
That's not too bad.
Which Sweden would have had Markstrom if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah, see, so there you go. That would have been better.
Yeah, I agree. Though the Team US, Team United States has the better chunk of the goalies there.
You wouldn't think
in that one. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Who do you think's gonna? I mean, prediction. I know we'll have another show before then, but if you got a prediction, who's gonna win the Four Nations tournament?
Ooh, wow. I mean, like Canada has like the forwards.
Yeah. Defense.
Like, yeah, and defense is just The US has the goalies. Sweden's always just Sweden.
Yeah.
Finland's not too bad either. Like the Finnish players on that team is not too bad. I'll go USA for right now.
Okay.
I'll go USA for right now.
I'll go United States. Finland or Sweden's right there.
Yeah. Because it's just Sweden. It's just the name Sweden.
Sweden. Not like you're sweetening your coffee, like the country Sweden. So, any final thoughts on anything we've talked about today?
Yeah, it should be good.
No,
I just hope the NHL knows what they're doing with the salary cap and not botch it. We need the NHL more exposure. They're like the bottom of the top 4 teams in the US.
Yeah, it's right there.
Like you have to beat Rod Manfred. You have to beat Rob Manfred.
Yeah, you got to do something to change something up.
Yeah.
Bring back a 5-on-5 overtime. Get rid of.
I kind of like the 3-on-3. I feel like it's more competitive, but
it's fun to watch. Yeah. I hate it, but I love it at the same time. It gets you like anytime that happens, it's like, oh, we're going to overtime. Like, dude, like let's just get to a shootout.
Put shootouts in the playoffs.
That would be fun.
Boom.
That would be Game 7. Oh, to go to the Stanley Cup final shootout. Oh my God.
Or Game 7 to win the Stanley Cup.
I think that's where it would have to change. You'd have to go overtime.
But
change it to 3-on-3 overtimes in the playoffs until the Stanley Cup.
No, okay, we'll have to get Gary Bettman on the phone.
Yeah. I think I got his number somewhere. He's about to retire, so he's gonna have a lot of time on his hand.
It's easy to find.
Yeah. All right. We'll wrap things up today. Thanks for those who tuned in. Appreciate it, as always. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit share. Let everybody know about the 5-hole. We're going to keep up with Alexander Ovechkin's chase for 894. He's 19 away now from breaking that record, so he's just got to get one in basically every other game right now, almost.
Pretty much.
So we'll keep up with that. We'll keep everything else going on in the NHL, and we'll see you next Saturday for another episode of the 5-hole here on Variety Sports Network.